Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Austin here, and today I'll be reacting to 200 Players Simulate Civilization on Minecraft Island. This video is by Ish, and if you haven't already, I highly suggest that you go check out his channel. I have reacted to his video of 200 players simulating civilization on a regular Minecraft server, so if you haven't watched that, I highly suggest that you do that as well. You should be able to easily find that video on his channel. Also, only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. If you like my videos, please subscribe. It's free. You can always unsubscribe later if you want to. Enjoy the video.
In an ultimate social experiment, 200 Minecraft players crashed onto an island.
Oh yeah, the link to this video will be in the description below as well, in case you want to go follow that link and subscribe to him as well.
Their goal is to build a functional civilization, and just like in real life, if you die, you remain dead forever. Will the players build a successful civilization and perhaps find a way to escape the island, or will the civilization crash and burn? I present to you the Island Experiment.
This should be good. I can't wait to see how it's going to differ from the first 200 player video that I reacted to him doing.
On day one, all 200 players woke up at the site of a plane crash. Just 2 minutes ago, they were in the air when this happened. Attention passengers, brace for death. For now, all 200 players seem to be doing okay, except for this guy who somehow spawned high up in a tree and couldn't get down. I teleported to him, laughed at him, and then I left. Here's what the players knew. They had crashed onto a mysterious island. There were 200 of them, and they only had one life each. Given these circumstances, they knew that the best option was to work together, and so they decided to set up camp right next to the crash site where they knew they were relatively safe. Dang, look at this. This is impressive. Some players, however, were eager to explore the island. As such, several exploration groups were sent out across the island in an attempt to fully scout it out and discover what exactly this island was made of. The players figured out that the island was composed of 4 different biomes: the plains biome, the desert biome, the snow biome, and the jungle biome. The strangest thing, however, that the players found was a large mystical tower at the center of the island where all the biomes connect. Most were too afraid to even approach the tower, while some players climbed to the very top. Call it stupidity or bravery, regardless, it will later be called natural selection. Eventually, some people in the main sanctuary decided to go down into the mines to extract resources from the island they now inhabited. In particular, they were looking for iron so that they could make armor to protect their people from whatever danger this island was going to present. Meanwhile, some players realized that the plane crash site might have some plane parts made of iron, and they were right. Those who extracted the plane remains soon became very wealthy. Other than the explorers and the miners, the sanctuary also employed their farmers to provide food for the population. I spoke with one farmer named Legacy, who survived the plane crash with his parrots.
I have a bunch of seeds, so that way we can get this farm going.
The sanctuary's decision to get a farm started early would prove to be very beneficial in the later days. The players needed to establish a political system to maintain order, as there was some crime starting to occur, like this underground robbery. This guy just told me he's about to hold someone at lava point. Drop your valuables, Tom, aside. Drop them. Oh! Oh my god, it actually worked! The people decided to make a system in which they'd vote for a council of leaders with one main leader on top. A player named Solev, who was originally one of the island's scouting leaders, guided his exploration group back into the sanctuary and then took the mantle of power over the entire sanctuary. Solev made freedom a main concern of his platform and allowed players to build, farm, and explore as they...
Yeah, I think Solev was actually in the first 200 players civilization video as well, and I believe he actually was one of the leaders of the civilizations by force. I I believe he was like
fits. This freedom,
one
while a
of the
good
dictators or
principle, would
something?
lead to some conflict between the players who disagreed on fundamental issues like what to do about criminals, how to allocate resources, and who should be allowed to have weapons. Now, Solev was not aware of the fact that out in the jungle, an alternative civilization was starting to form.
really.
Led by a player named Colors, the people who settled here did so because they had doubts in the leadership of Solev, who many saw as weak and afraid to take action.
Welcome to Ground Zero, is what I'd like to call this place. This is the foundations of new comings, new opportunities. It's wonderful.
Colors provided the new jungle civilization with freedoms, but also with a steady hand and decisive action. At the end of day one, several members of the jungle's army hunted down wanted criminals, including thieves and accused killers. Through its steady leadership, its military strength, and its cocoa bean-based economy, the jungle civilization was seeing lots of success. Instead of there being one united civilization, there were now two. This was not part of the plan. It was the
7
second
players
day
didn't
on
make it
the
to day
island,
2.
and no help from the outside world had arrived. Those who tried to escape by simply sailing away quickly realized that it was impossible. The players had no choice but to settle in. Over the days, many cultures and religions started to form. In the sanctuary, a player named Pinkwings 10 made what she described as a, quote, flower cult.
One of you, sit in the chair. We will commence shortly.
The actual... I was too creeped out to continue watching, so I left. Also in the sanctuary, an artificial desert was dug out so that a player named Storming Hell could make a mini sultanate that was similar to his home.
Our people have been reminiscing of our old home. If there's no desert here, we'll just make one.
In the jungle, meanwhile, I found several subcultures, like the Volcano Men, a group of people who lived on the jungle volcano, and also Hope's Bounty and her followers, a largely autonomous group who chose to live in an underground bunker for their own safety. Lastly, some players chose to settle completely on their own outside of both the sanctuary and the jungle. A player named Wood Daddy did not want to be involved in any politics or civilizations, so he made himself a
Wood
small
Daddy.
cave where he and his cats could
Why do you
live.
mean
I was gonna be going home, visiting the wife and kids, plane crashed. I figured, well, might as well make the most of it. Realized really quick that building a farm...
Wait. I saw something in chat. You're gonna get died, lol. I think it's the proper grammar is you're going to die, not gonna get died.
I figured, well, might as well make the most of it. Realized really quick that building a farm in a cave is not a good idea. So I have expanded because I'm terrified of starving.
This fear of starving would serve Wood Daddy well, as he was somewhat prepared for what was about to happen next. Alright, it's now raining for the first time. Let's see what the people do.
Okay.
Lightning struck the tower, and the curious people came to investigate. This marked the first server event. Let's see how the people react when they all get the extreme hunger effect, which quickly diminishes the player's hunger bar. If the player doesn't find food in time, they die.
The great hunger begins. Oh my god.
Just like in real life, if you don't eat for long enough in real life, you will die. So, like, it's inevitable.
Looking at chat right now, people are freaking out. Some players ran back to their homes while others stood still in an attempt to stop their hunger bar from going down. Shortly, the players who were not carrying any food started to die. Hey, he is taking damage fast. Both of the two major civilizations realized that there was only one cure for the famine, and that was to find a cow, since in Minecraft, milk eliminates all potion effects from a player. In the sanctuary, one farmer told Solev that during the first day he had gathered a cow in his pen, and with that began a massive rush to that cow. Is there a cow in here? Oh my god! They have one cow. Everyone in the sanctuary is milking this one cow. Solev
my
and his
gosh.
people quickly
Pretty
cured themselves
crazy.
of the extreme hunger and were thus able to return to their normal lives. In the jungle civilization, however, there was a much different story taking place.
Thorn took the cow.
He's selling milk buckets for a
For
diamond.
2 diamonds. 2
Are
diamonds
you
a bucket.
serious? There was only one cow in the entirety of the jungle, and it was hidden by a merchant named Thorn who wanted to sell each milk bucket for 2 diamonds. Colors and the other jungle leaders received their milk buckets quickly, while those who didn't have any diamonds rushed to their stashes of cookies in hopes to sustain themselves until they found another cow. Many of those players died from starvation. Players in the jungle also started raiding each other's farms and in some cases even killing each other for food. Oh, what the heck?
Wow.
They just killed someone for food in Wood Daddy's cave. Good thing Wood Daddy's in here. While the sanctuary prospered, the jungle went to sleep, hungry, agitated, and on the brink of total collapse. By
Whoa,
the
whoa,
third
whoa.
day, many
How many players was that? 120? 80 players didn't. Wow.
By the third day, many in the jungle and the outskirts had died from either starvation or were killed by the sword of another player, desperate for food. Even the otherwise passive group of Hope's Bounty had to kill a thief who attacked her people.
Someone was looting our farms and our stuff, so we had to just get rid of him.
At some point, Solev himself silently came to the village to see the devastation firsthand. Also, by day 3, the jungle merchant Thorn eventually realized the damage and deaths caused by his milk monopoly, so he gave away the ownership of his cow to the people of the jungle and let them have milk for free. Furthermore, all the people were now aware that the mystical tower in the middle of the island was dangerous and nobody dared approach it. After the Great Hunger, finding out how to escape this island became a top priority. In some parts of the island, life was depleting quickly. But in other parts of the island, like the House of Wood Daddy, things were rather lively. You're putting 2 cats in a bed to frickin' breed them?
Well, they didn't want to breed on the helipad, so we figured they needed the right environment. So I don't. This is good.
Oh my god. During the previous day's famine, Wood Daddy had run into a player named Thanos Chicken, who was on the verge of starving. Wood Daddy not only saved his life, but allowed him to stay in his home after realizing that Thanos Chicken also had his own cat. And now both of their cats have a cat. I hope this doesn't escalate even further. It was sudden when on day 3, scandal struck the jungle. Someone had found out that at the beginning of the Great Famine, the jungle merchant Thorn had given Colors and the rest of the jungle leadership milk for free, even though everyone else had to either pay 2 diamonds or starve. With that news, the jungle plunged right back into chaos. Thorn the merchant was assassinated by a lone vigilante, and the jungle leadership was hunted down by revolutionaries seeking retribution. Hope's Bounty was able to find the jungle leader Colors and lead him down into her bunker, and together they evacuated the jungle through an underground passage. This passage took them straight to Solev's sanctuary, where they requested to stay as refugees. As Solev met with Colors to discuss the situation, a large crowd started to gather. Solev told Colors that if he let in refugees, his sanctuary would be targeted and his people would be attacked. Colors promised that if Solev offered him and his people a refugee spot, they would help in any defense efforts necessary. Solev was hesitant, but eventually he agreed to take Colors, Hope's Bounty, and their people into the sanctuary in an effort to unite the island as one civilization, a civilization that would work together with one goal in mind, to escape this island. But then right as the agreement was made, they heard a noise in the ground.
No way. Whoa, we're down to 80 players.
The explosion of day 3 took the life of the jungle leader, Colors, the Sultan storming hell, and 3 other sanctuary citizens. This event was planned and carried out by several jungle revolutionaries who wanted colors dead. Solev, after seeing many of his friends die, and after coming close to death himself, feared for his safety, and so the next day he resigned from his sanctuary leadership position and held an election to replace his seat. The people voted overwhelmingly for a player named Alanyulu, the sanctuary's chief architect. Alanyulu ruled in a similar freedom-oriented manner as Solev, but he focused his platform on escaping the island and on securing the safety of his citizens. His first plan of action was to find those responsible for the explosion and execute them. He also directed the building of the sanctuary's secure underground bunker. For the first time since the plane crash, the people on the island were united. But then, right as the group photo was taking place, it started to rain, and lightning struck the tower. The second major event was about to begin. Very few people came to the tower this time, as most people sensed danger and quickly ran into the sanctuary's secure bunker. Once everyone was inside, the entrance was sealed off. Meanwhile, at the tower, the jaw of chaos was unleashed. Another one. Oh my gosh, it's a bloodbath.
What?
They're running down. Duckman! Oh no! Skeletons that kill in one shot spawn throughout the map. The people of the sanctuary hid in the bunker while Wood Daddy and his friend stayed in their cave, hoping the skeletons wouldn't break in. Once again, the island was in a state of chaos. No matter what you do, do not open the door. Run, people!
In danger now, and guess who isn't in danger?
You know, they're going back.
We're down to 73 players now. Oh, flying machines? Oh no.
A group of engineers from the sanctuary had actually built a flying contraption to escape the island. They, however, quickly realized that we were playing on a server with an endless, empty world, so once they flew away, nobody saw them ever again. But I do admire the effort. On day 5, people were starting to get creative, and in some cases, a little too creative. What the frick? Somehow, this guy had turned himself into my face. I did not quite know how to feel about this. Meanwhile, a group of farmers brought 100 chickens to the middle tower to sacrifice them in hopes to appease the gods. The gods, also known as the staff team, decided to humor this.
Yeah!
Oh my God. As a reward for the sacrifice, the farmers got nothing. I then went to check on Wood Daddy and Thanos Chicken. They seemed to be doing quite well, now together having raised over 3 generations of a cat family. Similarly, I found another guy raising a parrot in his cave. I then promptly reenacted the plot of the movie Rio. Parrots meet parrots. Yes, they're meeting!
Yeah.
Are there baby parrots? Is that a thing?
No, it's not.
Oh. Overall, day 5 was a time of much needed peace and rest. A day when people could finally mourn the dead and celebrate their own accomplishments. Alanyulu permitted the building of many very impressive pieces of architecture, like the temples of the Sultanate, the large dome right outside sanctuary grounds, and the gladiators arena where all the people gathered to watch fights. Later in the day, a group originally from the jungle went back to the jungle to have a wedding before another major disaster could occur. Having had their parties, their gatherings, and their quality time spent with each other and, in some cases, with their immense amount of pets, the people who were still alive saw a glimmer of hope that they could, together, escape the island and live out the rest of their lives. Alanyulu issued a strict lockdown at the end of day 5 in anticipation of a third major disaster that would occur during what ended up being the final day.
I'm guessing all the remaining 70 players
On day
died.
6, the people woke up and stayed in their homes, awaiting a disaster. Accordingly, soon enough, it started to rain. It was time to implement the final variable of this experiment. The people were informed that an escape passage had opened up in the center of the tower. This escape passage would bring the players onto a plane to leave this island once and for all. However, the players were also informed that the passage would only accept players who have killed another player. With that shocking revelation, Olanilo tried to organize the Sanctuary's next plan of action, but to no avail. It was every man for himself, chaos. Olanilo snuck away to find someone to kill so he himself could at least escape, but he was ambushed by a group from the jungle and killed. Oh, here we go, Davert. Now in a fight, who is gonna win? Legacy just got a kill. If he makes it to the tower, he can escape. Oh, look at that. Solev got a kill. Solev, Legacy, and their friend Matez were the first to reach the tower. Hoping for the best, Solev jumped in. Slowly, people started to escape one by one. However, there was one final twist. Anybody who didn't escape in the next 5 minutes would be struck by lightning and killed. One way or another, there would be no people left on the island. Some people prepared to make a last-ditch effort to escape, while others huddled with their friends and accepted their fate. In the cat cave, neither Wood Daddy nor Thanos Chicken had gotten a kill yet, but they made plans to run to the tower anyway. More and more people started to arrive at the tower and fight for their lives. These two friends had made it, but only one of them had gotten a kill.
Kill it, please, kill it.
I had to kill somebody for only 40 seconds. He sacrificed himself so he could save his friend. Oh my gosh. What a story. "18 players left." Gosh, that was a good video. I may have enjoyed it more than the original. That was honestly really good. Guys, I'm telling you, if you haven't checked out this video, I highly suggest that you do that. It's a really good video. It's also very entertaining as well. So, man, if you haven't already, subscribe to this guy. He makes really good videos. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you haven't already, I highly suggest that you go down and like the video and consider subscribing with post notifications on, so that way you don't miss out on any of my future uploads. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. See you later, guys.